Some are calling it the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. A step closer to the rebuilding of the temple. Could this be? It has been reported that a flock of sheep described in the pages of Genesis have returned to Israel for the first time since Jacob walked the Holy Land. In Genesis 30:32, Jacob leaves his father-in-law Laban's household and takes a very specific part of the flock as payment. The animals he takes are described as every speckled and spotted one, and every dark one among the sheep, and the spotted and speckled among the goats. And of such shall be my hire. The sheep followed Jacob from Canaan to North Africa. Though they have spread throughout the world, they had not returned to Israel until now. An Israeli couple living in Canada, Jenna and Gil Lewinsky, raised a group of the Jacob sheep, which, as a heritage breed, have retained most of its characteristics since ancient times. In a repeat of how the Jewish diaspora returned to its country after thousands of years, the couple sought to bring the sheep back to their ancient homeland. But it required detailed negotiations between Canada and Israel. Indeed, the case of the sheep reportedly cleared the way for a sweeping trade agreement between the two nations. A total of 119 of the distinctive four-horned sheep are now in their homeland. Gil Lewinsky says the sheep will eventually be part of a heritage park, which will allow people to come see the animals. However, the sheep will also be used to produce raw wool for Jewish religious garments and horns for the production of shofars. They would also be used in rituals if and when a third temple is reconstructed. Speaking of the temple, we can be confident that there will indeed be a third temple rebuilt, perhaps in our near future. Although this structure could be as simple as a tent, it could also be an actual brick-and-mortar structure. Daniel speaks of this temple being defiled and dissolved. Jesus likewise referred to a future time when Daniel's prophecy concerning the time when the temple would be defiled and dissolved, Matthew 24:15. Paul the Apostle also spoke of the day when the Antichrist, whom he refers to as the man of lawlessness and the son of perdition, would set himself up in God's temple as he seeks to exalt himself above the God of Israel. Finally, the book of Revelation speaks of a future rebuilt temple. We should not be surprised then, that all of the various needed animals required to engage in the many sacrifices of Torah essentially re-emerge in our days. The Lord himself will sovereignly oversee the fulfillment of his word. With that, it is possible the return of these ancient heritage breed of sheep and goats is indeed the providence of God. The return of the Jacob sheep is not the only sign in recent years. There were recent moves towards appointing a high priest in case the temple is rebuilt. An altar has already been constructed for use in sacrifices if necessary. And there is an effort to bring another group of biblically important animals, the red heifers, which can restore a state of purity after ritual slaughter, to Israel. It is certainly fascinating that this particular breed of sheep and goat has the very rare quality of having four horns. Within the prophecy of Daniel, we find just such a goat. This goat is described by the angel Gabriel as representing a highly successful military excursion into the larger Middle East by Iran. No doubt, Iran is fulfilling this prophecy in our very day, largely through proxies. Today Iran controls the capitals of Baghdad, Beirut and Damascus, all through its proxies. There are some prophecy teachers out there who believe that a more full-blown regional assault by Iran is imminent. Based on my reading of Daniel 8, this could certainly be correct. Could it be that the return of this four-horned goat to Israel is a sign of this looming regional conflict? The Lord knows, and time will most certainly tell. Other experts are less sure. Some finds the story interesting, but do not believe the sheep have any specific significance. It's also believed that Jesus may have been referring to the church, a community of believers, rather than a physical third temple. That's definitely the beauty of the Bible, isn't it, folks? It continues to be open to interpretation. This could be a sign, but rest assured that there are many other signs showing the end times are near. In my estimation, there are certainly more important signs of last days occurrences rather than a certain breed of sheep that are right under our noses this very moment. Those signs include, but are not limited to, the return of Israel, the alignment of the Ezekiel 38 nations against Israel, the continual international outcries against Israel and its sovereignty, the partnership between Russia and Iran, the presence of Russia and China in the Middle East, the re-Islamization of Turkey, certain developments in technology, the growth of global government, and many more. These are the real signs of our times. And this is why I and so many others believe we are in prophetic times, the most prophetic in our history since Jesus came the first time. What do you think? Will the temple ever be rebuilt in Jerusalem? Does the return of this ancient breed of sheep relate to biblical prophecy? Post down below and provide us with your thoughts. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you agree or disagree with the information provided in this video, I would love to talk about it. Make certain to like and subscribe. Share this video while you are at it. If you like the social media thing, you can link to us via the standard allotted social sites in the description. Have a great night, guys.